Subaru has some exciting news for the 2023 Legacy. We have the premium here at Subaru of Lakeland, and it's going to be for the front fascia. It is completely refreshed. The headlamp assembly, fog lamp assembly. I'm going to obviously go into details. But if you option the Sport, you will get the motivation out of 260 horsepower, a boxer turbo, no naturally aspirated engine, which is what we have here. But look at the standard amenities that you start off with. Adaptive LED headlamps for the front. Optional LED fog lamps, which we have the package. It's option 13, which also includes the blind spot detection with the rear cross traffic alert, push button start, and the EyeSight driver assist system with automatic emergency steering. Enlarged grille this year that has a piece that looks like a belt holder for the Subaru badge, and it brushes into the reworked headlamp assembly. The setup nowadays are looking a little bit more futuristic, but this keeps a dynamic set for Subaru. Nearly 6 inches of clearance, which obviously this is a car, so you're not going to expect the standard nearly 9 inches of clearance for a Subaru. But more importantly, this is going to have more ground clearance than the new Honda Accord and the Toyota Camry. Reworked fog lamp assembly, standard 17-inch wheels. This is machine finish, multi-spoke, alloy wheels. 18-inch will start on the Sport and go up to the Tier. The fenders have the indentions that make it look a little bit more classy instead of athletic. The same thing with the panels that go down on the doors, and on the lower skirt, it's going to have a little indentation to just keep the composure for a sedan. Same color for the mirror caps because this is the premium. If it's the base, there would be a matte black, so you can tell and distinguish the difference. If you option the Sport, it'll be a magnetic gray. You'll get red outline accents for the front grille, and on the rear, you'll get a spoiler. Here it's going to be more set for a Toyota Camry in the 4-cylinder in the sense of the stance that you get. But when you look into the interior, I know it's 191.1 inches of length, so it's going to be longer than Toyota, Honda, and Kia. But they maximize the space for the rear and the front occupants. Shark fin antenna, nothing has been changed or altered to the rear. So the C-structure LED tail lamps, and on the lower, you'll get that material that's more or less rock resistant. No exhaust outlets, but this is the 2.5 naturally aspirated boxer flat 4 with 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque. That is going to be paired to the Lineartronic continuously variable automatic transmission, or CVT, that's going to mimic an 8-speed automatic transmission, achieving 27 to 35 mpgs. Another nice thing about Subaru, all of the trims standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. Going into the cargo with a quick release, 15.1 cubic feet. It's a lower opening than every single rival, and it's a wider opening. It's going to be about 1 cubic feet less than the new Honda Accord. It's going to be right at the same as Toyota and Kia. Underneath, you have a little bit of storage with your spare tire. Split fold the rear bench at a 40-60 split in the back. You also have some hooks right here that you can put some bags, increasing the cargo for this sedan. Let's go inside, start up, so you can hear that exhaust note. Going inside the rework front Subaru Legacy. Headroom, because we do not have the moonroof, is at 39.4 inches. You gain over an inch without it. Leg space is going to be the same, 42.8 inches. 10-way power seat adjustment, cloth seats, 4-way manual adjustment for the passenger, heated front seats. The dash starts with storage for the passenger with the air vent in the matte black. It's more soft materials here, and you get that rugged material that's on the lower bumpers right here. The dash is going to be flat, and it rolls into the door panel. So I like the connecting, and I like how the air vents have it kind of cut out here, so everything fits more seamless. Dual 7-inch touchscreens are derived for the base. This is the 11.6 touchscreen Optional navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio, Wi-Fi hotspot, and to do a little bit of ASMR for you, some people like it, I'm all right with it. Dual climate control settings come standard for the premium. Wireless charging pad that slides underneath a USB A and C port with your emergency park brake. The gloss black and the satin aluminum goes around the leather wrap for the shift knob. Put it into reverse, we have a reverse camera. Full trajectory. If you want the 360, you have to go to the Limited XT or the Sport trim, and it's a wider angle. For the cup holders, I got the key fob. This is the new Subaru Legacy key fob, same as the prior. What I like though here is you have these stands that will make the cup holder not so deep. It's soft for your elbows. Open up inside for the first tier, and it's a little storage pocket. Open up for the second tier, and we have a deep storage pocket with a 12 volt. Leather wrap steering wheel. It's a 3-spoke multi-function adaptive cruise control lane keep assist with the paddle shifters, the stocks, the push button start like we were talking about on the exterior, and the gauge cluster that can go through an array of information for the driver for your audio sound system to show the adaptive cruise control and the lane keep assist. Going on to the door panels, you get that material that's on the lower bumpers right here. Hard materials here, but they do a good job putting soft materials everywhere. This is more of a cloth, and then it's soft for your elbows, one touch up and down for the front windows. The storage pocket's a little bit smaller, but it carves out a medium-sized flask or cup or beverage holder. 6 speakers come standard. Harman Kardon can get upgraded for the limited trim. For the back seats, I'm at 37.2 inches of headroom, 39.5 inches of legroom, which is the best in class compared to almost every rival. The door panel gets the same materials as the front, not like any of the competition that it goes against. It's more soft. The storage pocket will be a little bit smaller, but it's carved out the same as the front. Storage behind both of the front seats with a USB A and C port and air vents in the center. Sitting into the center, headroom is still not necessarily an issue. I kind of have about a hand that I can go through. Leg space is great. Feet space I will be sharing, but it's a pretty wide interior. Butt and shoulder space is the same because the way this bench is, I have actually a lot more space than even the new Honda Accord that was fully refreshed, or even a Toyota Camry. 182 horsepower, 176 pound-feet of torque, CVT transmission, which is going to mimic an 8-speed automatic transmission. The difference between this boxer engine and the turbo is almost night and day. 0 to 60 will be around 8 seconds, whereas when you get into the Sport trim and up, you're going to be around 6 seconds. So the turbo 2.4 really does change the ball game for the driving dynamics, but we're going to see what we got here. It's quick enough for the price point that we're at. You don't really need to go so much more faster, considering the majority of the vehicles on the road get a 7 to 8 second 0 to 60 number. The front fascia, I like that the eyesight is up here, because when it's on the windscreen, instead of using the cameras in the grille, you can actually do some maneuverability if you need to off-road. Obviously, this is not an off-road vehicle, but if you're going camping, for instance, and you get some mud on the grill or on the camera, it will make it a little bit less usable. Here, I mean, you can clean it with your windshield wipers. I'm gonna check the brakes. The turn radius at more or less a stop point is gonna get about 2 lanes, and let's rock and roll. And you see what I mean by this demonstration. We're right next to this Ram, and we pretty much caught up with him from a stop point to he was already going 45, 50 miles per hour. So when you're considering a vehicle with these specs, it's good in the sense of what you're getting for the price. GoPro, stop recording. I don't know what the hell this guy's doing. This freaking guy. Now that's gonna take me to some things that I like and dislike, and starting off with what I like. The new Legacy, I think the front fascia, that's really where all the work has been done. They did a good job. I mean, it's right on point for every single competitor that it goes against. Going to the second thing that I like is steering response LED headlamps. I mean, when you're at these price points, you really have to start thinking, who does that? Because if you go into any of the rivals, you're going to pay at least $2,000 to $5,000 more to get this. The last thing that I like is the leg space and head space that you get with this. It's just a more user-friendly and daily use vehicle and still giving you enough cargo capacity. Three things that I dislike about the vehicle is they still offer a standard 7-inch dual touchscreen setup. The 11.6 is good. It can be glitchy at times, but the 2-screen setup, they just need to phase it out completely because everybody's going to bigger screens. Here, I kind of wish it was maybe a 10-inch or a 9-inch, similar to Volvo, because I think that's pretty much the sweet spot for the size of this interior. The second thing that I dislike is the option for a 360-degree reverse camera is not present for a base or a premium. You have to go to the Sport or the Limited XT in order to even get it. And this is a vehicle that's over 190 inches, so it really would help. And when you put it into reverse, it cuts half the screen. I mean, you have all this real estate, don't just leave it black. And that's why I'm really stressing that a 9-inch would probably be more than enough. The last thing that I dislike is they put all the focus on the front. I wish they would have did something to the back so that way it looks a little bit more either on the luxury side, rugged, or sporty side, because when you get into the sport trim, you only receive the spoiler deck lid, which is not going to be a dramatic change to the appearance of the back. The front though, excellent job. Interior, great job in the sense of how much space you have, and it's more user friendly. I like the app setup for the infotainment screen because it makes it a little bit more usable. Optional navigation for the premium that will start going into a standard when you get into the Limited XT. And the same thing if you want to upgrade the speakers from the 6 to the Harman Kardon, you have to go into higher trims, in which this is what everyone's doing. You can't necessarily option some of these packages in the premium or the base, so you have to go into a different trim, which is the way the new car automotive industry is doing on all platforms. Drive quality is good. Interior road noise comes in a little bit more so than most of the rivals. The new Honda Accord just went through a full refresh, so I would expect that one to be a lot more quiet, and it is. As for the Toyota Camry, it's going to be just about the same in the noise sounding from the exterior coming in. They also updated the Subaru EyeSight, so it's a little bit more safe. And I mean, this is an everyday vehicle that you can do everything you need and more. I'd like to thank Subaru Lakeland for giving us this 2023 Subaru Legacy Premium for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, I don't know what you're waiting for. Click the next video and the subscribe button, check out the merchandise, website, Instagram, leave a comment and a like.